There are currently 2,640 billionaires in the world.
$127 billion, man. Jesus, Lord.
And
Christ.
on this phone are 94 of them. I have 94 billionaires in my contacts.
94.
Some of them are friends, a lot of them are clients. Because I've done real estate deals with many of these billionaires, I've learned certain habits and mindsets that they have that allow them to operate on a completely different level from most people. Here are the 6 things that I learned from working with 94 different billionaires.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here on the Mula membership channel. Y'all are loving these reactions. Y'all loving these kind of videos. So I'm gonna keep pushing them out to y'all. Hopefully y'all learning something from it. Hopefully y'all getting good information and being entertained all at the same time. My name is Mula, and I have almost 600,000 subscribers on my biggest channel. I make 6 figures a month from YouTube. If you want to learn how I do the exact same thing for only a $45 one-time payment, click the link in my description right now and learn YouTube. I'm giving away everything you need to learn for a very low price. It's been $45 for a while. A lot of people have been taking advantage of it. If you haven't signed up yet, the price is about to go up. So make sure you sign up. As a matter of fact, the first 10 people to, I'm going to put a promo code on this screen. The first 10 people to sign up using that promo code, you're going to get the mentorship for only $25. So make sure you guys click the link in the description. Sign up super quick. Let's get into this reaction. Come on.
There are currently 2,640 billionaires in the world that we know.
2,600, and there's 9 billion people in the world. Only 2,000 billionaires that we know of.
Love.
$127 billion, man. Jesus, Lord.
And
Christ.
on this phone are 94 of them. I have 94 billionaires in my contacts.
94.
Some of them are friends, a lot of them are clients. And I bring this up because in some way, shape, or form, they're all my mentors. And I've learned a lot from working with these people.
Definitely.
Or ways that they interact with people, ways that they communicate, ways they think about life, business, even working out. And because I've done real estate deals with many of these billionaires, I've learned certain habits and mindsets that they have that allow them to operate on a completely different level from most people. Here are the 6 things that I learned from working with 94 different billionaires.
6 things. This is free. This is the type of information that you need to be watching if you want to be rich. These are the type of videos that you need to be watching. This is something, and that's why I enjoy doing this for you guys. I get to learn something. I get to give my perspective on it. I get to help you guys learn something, teach you guys something, while I'm also learning all at the same time. So it's really like a very, very cool setup. But this is the type of videos that you have to watch to just get that free information because it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. The difference is you got to watch this and apply it to your life. You can't watch it and be like, oh, I learned something today that I'm never going to use. You got to apply it to your life.
First, they text more than they call.
Very true about all rich
Billionaires
people.
know the value of a dollar, and they know the value of their time more than anyone I've ever worked with. And you might be thinking, what? That's weird. Texting? Don't they have calls and lawyers and this, that, whole teams? I mean, yes, they have all of that. But when I'm interacting with them directly, billionaires don't have time for phone calls. Jeff Bezos, who's not in my phone, he makes $2,500 a second. A phone call that takes away time from billionaires making money is not a good use of their time. But they can fire off a text or a voice note that deletes very, very, very quickly. Oftentimes they use the app Signal so that you're not screenshotting or saving messages, and things can disappear really quickly, especially when we're doing real estate transactions together. A lot of it is very, very sensitive information. But I've negotiated $100 million deals over iMessage.
And I'm not, obviously I ain't made no $100 million yet. I ain't did nothing not close to that yet. You know what I'm saying? But I will say I've learned a lot of times, I do real estate marketing. And when it comes to people who have $200 million networks and they have this $6 million real estate project that they need marketing for, a lot of times they're done through text. A lot of times, most people who have a little bit of money, they act like they got a lot of money. And the people who have a lot of money act like they got a little bit of money. It's kind of weird. But like a lot of people with a lot of money, they don't, oh, I got to call my secretary and all this. No. Text me right now. Yeah, we can, either no, yes or no. How do you want to do that? Explain it back. I don't have time to sit on the phone call. Hey, how you doing? Oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah. I got to stop everything I'm doing and sit on this phone right now. I can send a text message, go back to working, see a text come back, send a text message right back, go back to working. 10 minutes go by, send a text message back, go back to working. Like, it's fast. Everything is extremely fast, and they waste no time with calling and all, just extra.
Person I work with who's trying to buy a home for $1 million calls me 62 times.
What did I just
has
say?
To meet with me and his family, brings in bankers, brings in attorneys, brings in everyone.
Lawyers.
Less wealthy people have an idea of what it means to be wealthy, where actual wealthy people understand that being wealthy is just about their greatest asset, which is time.
Exactly. And so a lot of times people want to, and you can learn from that as far as like starting your business, starting your YouTube business, starting your social media page, starting whatever it is you're doing, your YouTube channel. People always, I have to have a great quality camera. It has to be $7,000 and my computer has to be $22,000 and I need an editor and a social media manager and I need an agent and I need a lawyer and I need a content manager. I need everything. I need all this big old team to go together so we can make money. Go, boom. And if I don't have all of that, I can't do it. Well, a billionaire is texting. A billionaire is going to use whatever. I got a phone and I got some Wi-Fi. Put the phone up, record. What's up, you got? Like, just go at it. Start a business, go Shopify, buy a thing, put your name on it, sell something, promote it, right? Instead of sitting here thinking about, but that's what a lot of people do. And it hurts.
I'm in the middle
more than
of 2
anything else.
negotiations right now with 2 of these billionaires, completely over text. I'd much rather meet in person. They've got great offices. Or talk on the phone or get a meal with them so I can learn. But nope, it's all over text message.
Very
literally
direct,
saying,
too.
hey, do you want to offer 60 or 61 million? They just heart the 60.
Yep.
I guess that's an offer. Guess I'm going to go with the 60
Very
because
direct.
it's been hearted. The big takeaway, if you are trying to find billionaires to work with, try texting them because they do not waste time, not even yours. And they are on their phones more than most people.
Definitely.
Takeaway number 2,
Definitely.
they are experts at not wasting time. I went to dinner with my first billionaire client years and years and years ago. He ordered the minute the waiter came over to bring us water. There was no sitting there and reviewing the menu. There was no asking for the specials. None of that. Here's the water. Okay, I'm gonna have this and this. And what do you want? And if you don't tell me what you want right now, I'm gonna order for you. We're gonna enjoy the dinner. We're gonna talk.
And
we
we're
are
gonna
on
get
a
outta here.
time schedule.
Right.
And it didn't feel stressful at all. Honestly, felt relaxing. Like
Better.
we weren't wasting any time.
Right.
I did dinner with another billionaire, and when the waiter came over right at the beginning, he just held up the menu like this, didn't even look, and said,
Surprise us.
because when you go to a nice restaurant, you know the food's gonna be good. Billionaires act differently, and it's not rude. If anything, it's super nice because they understand the value of the waiter's time. Making a decision about dinner is a small decision. But what I've learned is that billionaires make
turn
big
into big
decisions
decisions just as
quickly
fast, yeah.
because that's their job. Number 3, billionaires
Okay,
are
what
always
can we take away from that? Right? What can we take away from that? Every little thing needs to be fast. Everything needs to be fast. It doesn't need to be, oh, let me go upstairs and let me sit down for a second. And that's a broke mindset. That's a broke mindset. Oh, you get home from work and you got to sit down. Oh, you got to sit down? You didn't do nothing at work to make you tired. Well, you ain't got to sit down, wait for order the food, figure out for 10 minutes, go back and forth. Oh, do I want pizza? Do I want chicken? Do I want chicken? Do I want tacos? Do I want tacos? Do I want spaghetti? Tacos sound pretty cool. That's all right. Order, back to work. I don't have time for that. So what I took away from what he just said was every small little thing needs to be fast. And I take that away with content. I don't need to hit a vape or whatever it is people do, or take a sip of drink or some water just to go to my next video. When I get done with this video, I'm gonna stop. I'm going to pull up the next video and I'm going to go to the next video. I'm going to record the next video and then we're going to go to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. We're not going to sit here and look at the menu and all the extra things that a lot of people who are broke or don't have money at all, they take time like that for granted.
On guard of being taken advantage of. This is also why it's hard to get in touch with billionaires. It's hard to have them as clients. They really trust no one because they've been taken advantage of. Right. They've learned from that mistake, and new people entering into their sphere of influence, into their circle of trust, puts them on guard, because any new person that is coming into a billionaire's life typically has a reason for being there. One of my tricks in working with billionaire clients early on in my career was working for free. I offered up commissions, and obviously the billionaire can afford it, but it was the gesture. I'm not going to treat you differently from anybody else. What else can I do?
Right.
The other thing that I did to make sure that the billionaires knew that I wasn't taking advantage of them ever was to get in with their outer circle of trust. Whether it's the landscaper or the nanny or the private banker or the attorney, as quickly as that trust can be understood, it can be destroyed. Billionaires also have no issue in moving on from relationships that don't serve them in like a millisecond. You have a 10-year working relationship with someone who's incredibly successful and wealthy. You lie to them once, make one little mistake. You don't show up on time once. You lead them down the wrong path once, that's it. They now lose all confidence and trust in you, and there are other people who do what you do. They have loyalty when the relationship works on both sides.
Right.
If it doesn't, they move on. Another thing.
What can we take from that? We can take from that everything is valuable, but we can also take from that a strategy that can get you connected to the people who you might need to further your success in life, right? So what does that mean? You might be as simple as this. A lot of people make rap music or music in general, right? And a lot of people are looking for an opportunity to be signed. But you're DMing, you're direct messaging on Instagram, Lil Baby. You're not direct messaging the 5 people that Lil Baby is always around that only got 20,000, 10,000, 7,000 followers. So if you DM them or you under their comments, guess what? Now they get to see your music, and if they see your music, Lil Baby can now see your music because his inner circle seeing your music. But Lil Baby is never going to reply to your DM. You get what I'm saying? So when you have that mindset of thinking, when it comes to trying to get connected to people who you need to get connected to, whether that's a billionaire, whether that's a millionaire, whether that's an artist, whether that's a company, always go to the outskirts first. You know what I'm saying? Go to people who have less followers. Go to people around him, like you said, the landscaper, the painter, the home manager, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because that can get you closer in if you gain trust by those people. A lot of times it's not who you know, it's who you know who you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who knows the person you know? Who knows the people that you know? A lot of times it's that. It's not necessarily you knowing a billionaire. It's you knowing the billionaire's wife's little sister, boyfriend's cousin, little brother. You kind of get where I'm going with it? Like, if you know that guy and you can kind of like slowly start going up, eventually you'll end up around the billionaire. Now you're close to the billionaire. Y'all get a cool relationship. Now you have an opportunity where you can take this business relationship to the next level. But if you go straight to the source, a lot of times it's a lot harder.
The thing I've learned from billionaires is that they understand the difference between possessions and growth. And they're not afraid to spend. Now that might sound obvious to you,
right,
but it's interesting to watch someone who has a net worth of over $1 billion be incredibly cheap over here and then overspend over here. They might kill a deal over $5 over here because they understand that this is not going to do a whole lot for their success, for their long-term growth. But they'll overspend over here by millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars because it's an investment in greater growth. Now, a lot of billionaires have very cool material goods, huge houses, planes, automobiles, trips, experiences.
Right.
But if you didn't know what they looked like, you typically wouldn't notice them when you walk down the streets because they're not super flashy. They don't wear their wealth on their clothes most of the time. Most billionaires are pretty frugal when it comes to material possessions. The great example is obviously Warren Buffett. Same house, same car, same breakfast from McDonald's with change from his cup holder. And then you have others, Saudi royals, you have the Jeff Bezoses of the world, but then you have others. You have Elon Musk, who has no possessions, no houses. Billionaires will certainly spend money, but they'll spend money if it gets them a return. A yacht is a great example. A yacht is incredibly expensive, but they have them because it's an investment in future business. They can have other billionaires on that yacht, and that's where deals get done. Their houses as well, on the ocean in Malibu and Palm Beach, castles in France. They are investments in doing future business because they can say to other people, come to my castle, let's talk about the deal.
Right.
And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you had $1 billion, you would also probably have a castle or a beach house. My biggest take.
And the reason I noticed that, it's not even just billionaires. I've met some people in Los Angeles who had net worths of 50 million, 80 million, 42 million, 22 million, things like that. And the same thing he said, they don't look like me. They don't have jewelry on. You know what I'm saying? Why do I have jewelry on? Because I just got a few million. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that. And I'm to the point where it's like, this hoodie is super cool. I love this hoodie. I love the washed effect on this hoodie. I love how simple it is. I love how it fits. I love how soft it is. I love how it feels, right? This hoodie was maybe $100. I've already got out of the habit of only just always shopping in designer. I might go get some shoes every now and then. Might buy my girl a bag. You know, my girl different. But as far as for me, I'm not going in there and buying no $1,000 t-shirts. I'm not going in there and buying no $2,000 hoodie just because it says Louis Vuitton on it. I can go spend $100. This is cool, just as soft, feels good, and it was $100. You know what I'm saying? And I'm to the point there. I got to this point because I got used to having money. Billionaires are used to having money times a trillion. There's nothing else to buy. What do I need? Everybody in the world knows I'm a billionaire. What the hell do I need to go buy this chain for? I'm a billionaire. I have $1 billion. I can buy this chain every day. It's boring now. It's boring. So a lot of times billionaires, but see, the thing is, when people try to get on people like me for like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing your money, I'm not at that stage yet. And even when I do I'm a creative, not necessarily flashy, but I'm a stylistic person. This is just more for personal reasons. But if I had $1 billion, I probably wouldn't care about chains either. Like, why? It's boring now. I got 35 houses in Malibu alone. I got a jet. I got a team full of, come on, like, what do I need a chain for, you know? So it's just different mindsets. So you can adopt that mindset, but don't feel like you have to do exactly that, or you have to, you know, like, don't splurge on yourself, but treat yourself every now and then, because just because somebody tells you not to buy clothes, like, a billionaire still has possessions. He still has a $400 million yacht. He still has $1 billion in real estate, right? He still has $70 million in solid gold. He splurges differently than like most people like me who will go buy some clothes or a watch or things like that.
Way is that they only focus on what they are absolutely best at what they are uniquely qualified to do. They don't worry about any of the minutia, any of the work below the absolute biggest decisions every day. Now, obviously, they've gotten to that point where they don't have to do the painting and the building and the hammering. Right. If I want to emulate the most successful business leaders, and entrepreneurs in the world today, it's that most of my day should be focused on what I am absolutely best at focusing on. Right. Everything else should be leveraged to other people. It's kind of a mindset shift as well. Using other people to leverage your work is a massive, massive tool. And last but not least, billionaires.
Basically, what he just said is, a lot of people, especially when they first start businesses or when they first start getting successful, YouTubers too, content creators, business owners, entrepreneurs in general, they like to do everything themselves. Like, they're like solopreneurs. You got to edit the videos. You got to record the videos. You got to set the camera up. You got to upload the videos. You got to promote the videos. You got to make the shorts. You have to do everything because you're trying to maximize your profit. A billionaire isn't necessarily focused on the right now profit. He's focused on the bigger picture, okay? So if I'm good at being funny on camera, I'm going to be funny on camera. I'm not going to make the thumbnails. I'm not going to edit the videos. I'm not going to upload the videos. I'm not going to make the shorts to promote them. I'm not going to do none of that. As soon as this camera goes off, I am done, right? I'm not doing any more work. And if I have to lower my profit on this video by a small percentage just to outsource the work, now I can get more work done, which eventually down the line has to lead to more money. If I can now upload 20 videos today instead of one, because I don't have to edit, make thumbnails, and everything else, I can make 20 times as much money, right? Even if it does cost me 3 times as much as it would, but I can now make 20 times as much money because I'm only focused on what I'm good at. I'm only focused on up here. If it's anything below, if it's cleaning, if it's cooking, if it's scheduling, if it's whatever it is, I'm gonna have other people do it. So when I lived in Los Angeles before I had a girlfriend, I had a cleaning lady. I had people that made meal preps for me. I still have editors to this day. I had thumbnail makers to this day. I got a people that do everything, even if it only takes 10 minutes. I will pay you $10 for 10 minutes to save me 10 minutes, and I can record another. Excuse me. I can record a whole nother video in 10 minutes that can make me $200. But if I take that 10 minutes and be editing, now I just lost out on the opportunity to make at least $200 from this 10-minute video that I could have made. Or that 10-minute video can make me $1,000. I have plenty of 10-minute videos on YouTube that have made me thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars for 10 minutes. But if I was editing for that 10 minutes, I wouldn't have been able to record the video. You understand what I'm saying?
Are just like us. They're regular people with regular problems, albeit higher quality problems. One of my earliest experiences with a billionaire client was going to a private airport to board their private plane. And he was talking to me about how his plane wasn't available because of a mechanical issue, and he was frustrated because he had to get another plane. Now that sounds like a crazy problem, a 1%er, a 0.00001%er problem, right? Absolutely. But he wasn't crying about it. He wasn't crying to me or anybody else. You have a higher quality life. That means you also have higher quality problems. And it was my job to help with that. I immediately from that situation started helping the billionaire clients that I had fix their higher quality problems. And that's how I started to get to know so many of them. Because if someone has a private jet issue, they're not going to talk to the friends they had in college about it. They're not going to talk to people in their office about it because it would be weird and uncomfortable. It's an awkward display of wealth. So they need people to talk to about it. And I wanted to be that person. I'll help you with your private jet. And while we're at it, need a new condo? Oftentimes, yes, they do. So billionaires are just like us.
So he's a real estate. He actually is a real estate agent. He's in the real estate space, and a lot of the things that he does, I can't remember exactly his name, but let's see, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's a luxury real estate agent. I think he's based in New York most of the time, New York, LA-ish, somewhere around there. But he seizes opportunities to make his money. So what he was saying was, hey, you could talk to me about your private jet problem. I'll help you fix it. And you need a condo? I can help you get a condo. I can help you get a new crib in New York, right? So not only did he seize the opportunity, but what he's saying is, as a billionaire, I don't want to call my best friend who might make $200,000 a year and complain to him about my jet problems. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to call my employees or people don't want to call their wife about their problems. They just want to keep problems internal and to a close-knit circle, right? So if you can have somebody that can relate even to the slightest bit, it can help form a relationship. And forming that relationship can help form income as well.
Sort of. They're still humans. They still go to the bathroom. They still sleep. They still want to be happy. They still cry while watching The Notebook, just like you do. And if you can be someone who can solve the high quality problem that a billionaire has, that is your ticket into that society. There was even a New York Magazine profile article on me. They called me the broker to the plutocracy. And then you have to show the definition of what plutocracy means. Because most people,
an elite or ruling class of people whose power derives from their wealth.
Well, no.
I just learned that word.
These are just a few things that I've learned in my 15 years of selling real estate to some of the most successful and wealthy people in the world. And I just wanted to share them because they've been really, really helpful to me in building my career, and hopefully they'll be helpful to you. If you like videos like this, make sure to share, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe.
Even this person here, again, what I was saying earlier, like, this is kind of like the biggest takeaway from me and everything he's saying. he works with billionaire clients. I'm sure he has a net worth of hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm sure he's done billions of dollars in real estate deals easily. I'm sure of it. And what did he do for this video? He put a mic on his shirt. He put the camera on a tripod, and he just sat there and talked to it. What did I do on this video? I put myself in the corner, green screen behind me, reacted to a video. I talked to it. You don't need 7 angles, the best quality, craziest editing in the world. You don't need that to be successful in any space. You don't need the craziest book cover to sell a book. You don't need the craziest $1,000 hoodie to sell a hoodie, right? You don't need, it's 2024. If you want to start a clothing brand, you don't need a professional photo shoot inside a professional studio that costs $2,000 an hour to be successful. You don't need that, right? So I think that's my biggest takeaway, and one thing that I've noticed as far as like on my mentorships and a lot of my students, a lot of the people who come to me for not financial advice, but just life advice, I've noticed that people always wait for the perfect time to do something, or until they have the perfect things or all the top quality stuff. Just like he said with the billionaire. The millionaire people, they got to come with their lawyer, their mama, their daddy. They got to meet in person, go to coffee, come back, you do another meeting, dinner meeting, FaceTime, Zoom call for 35 minutes. They have to do so much stuff just to make a small decision. A billionaire is doing everything over text, and he's doing it fast. Right? Because he understands I got a phone, I'm going to text 1, 2, 3, very simple. I don't have to call, FaceTime, meet up. I don't have to do all the extras, right? It's just extra to make it feel like you're doing more and you're more important than the next guy. Even for somebody like an artist, like if you need a whole studio and you got to get everything in your room perfectly before you can record, and you got to have a $20,000 microphone to record on and an $18,000 computer. Like, no, you can get a $200 microphone and a laptop. That's all you need to do to make a hit song. You can make $100 million from one song from a laptop and a closet and a microphone. You don't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that was my biggest takeaway. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was from what he learned from Billionaires. I just learned something, and I'm going to use that and take that into better in my life and get closer to that $1 billion number that I want. I want it bad. I want $1 billion very, very bad. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you guys learned from it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back tomorrow.